Hi guys, Nomis here. Welcome back to Nomishavn for episode number 18. I had some mod issues and broken saves, so it's been a while, but I finally managed to get back in City for a new build. Last time I built a tram depot that is much larger than the original one I built early on in the series, which I'm pretty pleased with. And of course the main build of last episode was a new large university campus, inspired by Trinity College in Dublin. Quite large and very dense, and hopefully later on it will blend perfectly with the surroundings. For today's build I move over to the hillsides of this district to build an area that will be mainly residential. First off I start by placing a station building, Altenburg station, from the workshop. I'll do a lot of network preparation with the train tracks. The idea is that I will have a suburban train network that mostly goes in orbital routes around the central areas of the city. This area built today will serve as a second transit hub of the Bjorgvin district, and my thinking is that at least 2 suburban train lines will pass through here in the future. There's also some underground platforms beneath the station where 2 of the metro lines will terminate. For now the station will just connect to the outside to get residents in, but this is the idea in the long term. For detailing in platforms I use mostly the old platform props by Titan, along with a few others, because I want to give the impression that this is quite an old and historical station. Also some modern details here and there of course, like the bathroom stalls and vending machines. Also I want to make the whole station look like it was built straight into the hillside, which I will accomplish by using a lot of different red brick retaining walls made to be used with rail networks, which fit perfectly for what I wanted. Most importantly, I need to make some underpasses for the roads, as I don't want any level crossing here. And also it makes sense as the roads need to climb a bit to get to this level anyways. In the end I think these underpasses really finish off the station area quite well and gives it kind of a unique touch. For the metro station here, I just want to continue the same look using some of the same brick retaining walls along the walls down there. And for the rest of it, it is pretty simple detailing like I've done at other stations, and of course with the name of the stop, which is Neighbourhood, same as the above ground section. This is the name of a place in Bergen, Norway as well, but that place is not really the main inspiration for what I will build around the station. In front of the station I wanted to be a little plaza or square with some nice tile decals and small fountains that frame the path towards the main entrance. I'll also finish off the underpasses. The sides of the station, right along where train tracks go, I'm adding some commercial buildings which has a few different stores and cafes and restaurants, almost like some mini malls for the area. And at the very edges some medium density housing. Directly across the street from the train station, up and down the police and fire stations from Seaside Resorts, I believe it is called, because they kind of look like some older Norwegian stations, and the smaller size fits perfectly in this area. And within this square will be a little park called Nygårdsdammen, or the Nygård Pond. The inspiration for this is Skansedammen in Bergen, which is a pond surrounded by some green areas, and there's a lot of houses around it, as well as being on the lower side of the mountain. The pond from the real life inspiration I believe was at one point used as water storage for the fire department, and this is also the case in Nomishavn, before it became part of a small park. Around the park are surrounded with older wooden houses and apartment buildings, but also a high school and elementary school to serve this community or neighbourhood. There's a pretty steep hill behind the park. I wanted to see if I could make some rows of apartment buildings together there somehow. What I landed on was taking some one by one assets and lining them up towards the road I built on the upper level. To connect all the houses together, I needed to put a lot of stairs and paths, but in the end I really like how it turned out. Of course, there's also a big gap at the back of all the houses, so I thought I might add some terraced backyards that are shared by a few houses, with some planters, tables, bikes and such. In the end, there was about 3 levels of backyards, and it really helped finish it off. For the edges of the terraced houses, I merged together a lot of rocks to make kind of a cliffside, where the stairs are squeezed together between the cliff and the houses, which made for a great natural border. Over by the station again, I just filled in the empty gravel areas along the tracks with some spare rails, overgrowth and cables, inspired by what I've seen around stations in real life. And along the tracks leading away from the station, I put up some safety fences for good measure. I'm also adding in some murals through blank walls of buildings to give it some more interest visually. Along this slope I just add some more houses and try to vary it up a little. I use some that I haven't used much before. And further up I start adding some single family homes as well. Some Swedish style wooden houses that I've used in the suburb before. To start marking the end of the neighborhood with some lower density. Calling a mull again, I remembered I meant to add a church over here, so I had to delete some buildings and rearrange a little bit. The church is Shandon Bells from Cork Island, and I think it looks great over here. Above the terraced houses, I would imagine it's some great views and a perfect spot for some old, expensive villas. This area might have been considered the countryside back when they were built, but probably only increased in value once the central parts of the city have crept closer. This is the border of the built-up area, as above this there will be hiking trails going up the mountain, as part of a protected national park. I'll start building this today with some cliff borders, viewing platforms, fireplaces and a few tents for camping further up. I might come back to flesh this out more and extend the hiking trails even further up the mountain in a different episode. So that is it for today's build. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did if you watched this far. Likes, comments and subscribes would mean a lot and help me grow the channel. Have a great rest of the day and stay tuned for some cinematics.